So we hear the term 5G all the time, right? But what does it actually mean? How is it really that different from the 4G we've all been using for years? Well, as you're about to see, it's a much, much bigger leap than you might think.
I mean, really think about that for a second. An entire movie downloaded in the time it takes to check your email. That's not just a little bit faster, you know? It means we've completely rethought how a signal even gets to your phone. And to really get how smart 5G is, you first have to understand let's call it the brute force method that came before it. We gotta look at the old way of doing things. So let's talk about 4G. It's the system that's powered our lives for more than a decade now. And the whole idea behind it is simple, yeah, and powerful. But as we'll see, it's also really inefficient. Okay, this right here, this is the whole ballgame. 4G is a floodlight. 5G is a spotlight. Seriously, if you remember just one thing from all of this, make it this comparison. It's the key to everything. So, real quick, how do all mobile networks work? Well, they carve up a whole area into what they call cells. As you're walking or driving around, your phone gets passed from one tower to the next, just like a baton in a relay race. This idea is fundamental to all mobile tech, including 5G. And here's how 4G works inside those cells. You got this massive tower, and it acts like a giant floodlight. It just blasts a signal out in every single direction, covering this huge area. It's basically just hoping to hit your phone somewhere in there. I mean, it works, obviously, but think of all the wasted energy just getting blasted into empty space. All right, now let's flip the switch to 5G because it completely rewrites the rules, and it all starts with a completely new kind of signal. This is the secret sauce for 5G, something called millimeter waves. Now, because their frequency is so high, they can carry just a massive amount of data. But, and this is a huge but, they have one major weakness. So you get this big trade-off. On one hand, you get these incredible lightning-fast speeds. But on the other hand, the signal's super weak. I mean, it doesn't travel far and pretty much anything can block it. Trees, walls, even a heavy rainstorm. Right? It kind of seems like a deal breaker. If the signals are that weak, how on earth is this supposed to work in a busy city full of obstacles? Well, the answer is to completely change the infrastructure. So instead of that one giant tower on a hill, 5G uses a whole bunch of tiny transmitters. We're talking hundreds of them all over the place. They're called small cells, and you'll find them on stuff like streetlights and the sides of buildings. But just having more towers, that's only half of it. The real magic, the breakthrough, is how these little cells actually talk to your phone. And that brings us to the spotlight part. The tech is called beamforming. Think of it like the tower's brain. It uses all this fancy signal processing to aim the signal with pinpoint accuracy. This is what makes 5G so incredibly smart. Yeah, just think back to that 4G floodlight again. It's just wasting all that energy, spraying a signal everywhere to reach your one little phone. It really is like trying to water a single houseplant with a fire hose. 5G, though, is totally different. That small cell tower uses beamforming to figure out exactly where you are. It's not guessing, it's pinpointing. And then, bam, instead of that wide, wasteful spray, it sends a super focused beam of data. That's our spotlight, straight to you. It's a dedicated one-on-one connection that is just way more powerful and efficient. Okay, so we've got small cells and smart spotlights, but why does all this technical stuff actually matter to you when you're just trying to watch a video on your phone? Well, because that targeted spotlight makes all the difference. There's basically no wasted energy, and your signal isn't fighting for attention with hundreds of other phones caught in that same giant floodlight. You basically get your own private, high-speed lane of data. And that incredible efficiency, that direct connection is exactly why you can do something that sounds like science fiction. Which is this? Yeah, downloading a full-length movie in under 10 seconds. That's what you get when you switch from a floodlight to a spotlight. It's a real, tangible difference. And that really is the perfect way to sum it all up. This isn't just about making the floodlight bigger or stronger. It's about getting way, way smarter. It's a total shift from brute force to, precision. So that leaves us with a big question, right? All this speed isn't just about getting your movies faster. It's the groundwork, the foundation for things like self-driving cars, remote surgery, true augmented reality. The question isn't just how fast is it? The real question is, now that we have all this power, what are we going to build with it?